Alright, last video for today. I swear on this channel. There'll be videos of me running around trying to play street hockey on the other channel soon. So the new Rammstein album I've been asked about, and the new Tool songs I've been asked about. So I'm going to talk about both, and I figured why not wear my Perfect Circle tour shirt? Because I saw Perfect Circle and I was very impressed that I saw them, and I'm still excited that I saw them even though it was a while ago. So the new Tool songs I'll start with because there's not really much to say here. Descending we kind of knew was going to be a song. The funny thing is, there's been sort of covers released online of Descending, which are just beautiful, basically instrumental versions of what the new song is. And there were a lot of people that said this isn't a song. This is one of those things they do in concert. It's just one of those segue songs. It's just and the way that Yvonne and I've talked about it before is it's one of those songs that you play so that somebody can get a break. So in this case, it would have been Maynard that would get a break from the stage, go back, have something to drink, maybe change shirts. I know when I've seen Rammstein live, the fun thing is to figure out, hey, that band member's missing. That's one of my most favorite things to do when I watch Rammstein live is to go, hey, that guy's missing. And you track it because they all move and you're like, wait, Ole's not up there. Where's Ole? And you figure out the guys are going out to have drink of water, maybe use the washroom, whatever they got to do, and then they come back out on stage, right? And so that was kind of the idea behind that. Invincible's the other song. I prefer Descending, but I will say this: I'm really anxious to hear the studio version, which apparently will come out August 30th. I'm much more excited about the studio versions of the new Tool songs than what they've played live so far because heard through a phone, and I understand it's still pretty high quality sound, but it's not quite like what the studio versions are going to sound like. Invincible, I'm on the fence about it. It basically the two songs combined, it really feels to me a lot like 10,000 Days, which Yvonne and I were both kind of hoping for a Lateralis type sound, and there are parts of Descending that kind of have a Lateralis feel to them. So we'll see how the album actually comes out. The rumor has been all along that the songs would be a minimum of 10 minutes, meaning there won't be very many songs. And based on these two songs they've played live, that could be the case, but they're infamous for making their songs longer when they play them live. So again, Tool's revealed more stuff, and there's still a whole bunch more questions that we have. It's like their new material creates more questions for the rest of us. Now, the Rammstein album. I have it on my Spotify because, of course, I do. I've listened to most of the songs once minimum. Some of them I've listened to twice. Deutschland, of course, I've been listening to since it came out. It's a fantastic song. That one gets a 10. Radio, I give that one a 10 as well. And for Rammstein, it is the mix of the vocals, the heavy drum, and the absolutely amazing guitar riffs. And one thing for the band Emigrate, which is Richard Z. Krisp's other band, he's the lead guitarist from Rammstein. So you still get on the Emigrate albums those riffs. The vocals aren't as strong, and the music overall is more melodic and a little more mainstream, and it doesn't quite work. But if you're looking for a band to listen to, Emigrate is pretty good, and there is a lot of Rammstein feel to the music because it's Richard that's your guitarist. Zeigdish, and I'm going to apologize for me just blowing it on the pronunciations. The funny thing is I've already started learning the words with Deutschland, and I said to Yvonne last night, I said, isn't it funny how songs that are sung in a language that I don't speak, I start figuring out the words. I haven't seen lyric sheets or anything. I start figuring out the words and singing along. Whereas I can hear a song that's sung in English by a band that I'm okay with, and I don't know the words the 50th or 60th time I've heard the song, unless I have the lyrics in front of me. Rammstein, it's important for me to know how to sing along because the lyrics are usually pretty disturbing. And I was going to do a top 10 list of 10 most disturbing Rammstein songs if you know the lyrics in English as opposed to German. Like if you translate, you go, oh, wow, really? That's what he's saying? But I knew this album was coming out, so I abandoned that, and I'm going to revisit it in the coming weeks. Zeigdish is I don't know how to put this, but it feels like everything Rammstein's done is built to this song. And that as I get familiar with this album, and I've ordered it, and it arrives on Thursday, so when Yvonne and I are out driving around, I will constantly have that on. She's going to get tired of it. I might as well apologize to her now. Zeitdish feels like the song that I'm going to come out of this album really, really loving. Liebes für Alda, when it came out, there were songs on that album I was kind of like, about. And then by the third, fourth, fifth listen, I was actually like, you know what? I really like this song. Ich tue de weh, when it first came out, I was like, really? This is a Rammstein song? Okay. And I've heard that about Auslander, which is the fourth song. Anytime that there's a really melodic, happy sounding song, I automatically figure, all right, either they're mocking somebody or this song's really disturbing. So again, I need to get into the underbelly of that song to figure out what's going on with that one, especially since Auslander apparently translates to foreigners. So yeah, Sex. It's a song about, yeah, that's what it's about, and it's sort of like every album. You got to have at least one that talks about the depraved minds of the members of the band and whatever they go for, whatever they're into. I don't know that they're going to make a video about this, and if they do, it may not be readily available to the public below a certain age. Puppe, which is puppet. I know it's translated to puppet. I've heard it's all right. Was ich liebe is the one song I've seen criticized in any of the reviews I've read so far, where people are like, they could do without this one. Every Rammstein album has at least one song I go, I don't really want to listen to this right now. And Don't Die Before I Do is the one song, and I can say after listening to every song on this album, Don't Die Before I Do, which is from Rosenrot, which is the Rosenrot album was basically to get out of their other deal. That's still the song I dislike from them the most. That one's just straight out. I'm not a fan. Was ich liebe? I don't know. It's okay. Diamant is, again, it's okay. Weit weg is good. Tattoo is fantastic. And Halaman, I kind of really appreciate as well. So those are all 11 songs. The album's 46 minutes long. I honestly, I think it's going to be one of my favorites. It is so hard to figure out my favorite Rammstein albums. I was going to do a top albums countdown too. Remember the song countdown? The album countdown was coming. Trying to figure out my favorite Rammstein album, it really depends. It depends on my mood. It depends on, is it the one with the best singles? Because that'd be Mooter. Is it the one that's the best from start to finish? Because that would be Rise or Risa. Is it the one that I'm most likely to grab and put on if I'm, on the road? Liebes für Alda would win in that one. And if it's the one that most reminds me of when I was young, that'd be Sehnsucht. And then most underrated, Herzeleid. So that's all she wrote. So I'm not sure where this album's going to fit in. And once I've got it and I've listened to it a bunch of times, I can get more into it. And I'm excited about being able to do that with Tool again in a few months as well. We've waited a very, very long time for a new Tool album. It has been very cruel of them to make us wait. Rammstein made me wait for 10 years. That wait is now over. And if you haven't listened to them, to the new album especially, it's worth a listen. Again, Zeitdish to me is just absolutely it is. There's something with that song. There's the combination of the chorus at the start, that choir, that feel, and that it feels really ominous, and then the thumping bass and guitar come in, and it has everything that a Rammstein song should have. That's why Mein Teil has been my favorite Rammstein song for ever since I first heard it, because it's just got that absolutely amazing beat and guitar riff, and it is visceral, and it grabs you at the start of it, and it doesn't let you go until it's finished. And this new song Zeitdish, I really think is going to be my favorite song on the album. Although Deutschland, that's a fun song too. All right, let me know what you guys thought in the comment section below. Again, it's on Spotify. I believe it's on iTunes as well. It's all over the place. You can find it readily on the wonders of YouTube as well. Let me know what you guys thought if you've listened to it. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happen upon this video. And hey, anytime there's a new Rammstein album out, I'm pretty happy. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you again soon.